Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's Epic Basketball League game between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Baltimore Bullets. My name is Dave Little, and on behalf of the Dave Cave, welcome to tonight's broadcast. We are coming to you live with Silver Division action as Billy Cunningham and the 76ers take on Wes Unseld and the exciting Baltimore Bullets. Let's take a look at the action here in the Epic Basketball League as we are about 5 games in, about a quarter of the way into this 20-game season, which is year 2 of my relegation league of the Epic Basketball League format, and we will have the top 2 teams in the Silver Division get promoted up into the Gold Division for 72-73, and Baltimore is at the top of the heap right now at 3-1. This was a fascinating season for the Bullets. They finished the real season at 38-44, which was good enough to win the NBA Central Division under Coach Gene Shue. But they did lose in the Eastern Conference semifinals to the New York Knicks. Interestingly, Baltimore, after just a couple of games into the season, traded their superstar shooting guard Earl Monroe to the New York Knicks, and they would go on to lose in the Eastern semis to the Monroe and those Knicks. In return for that trade, they received a couple of players that you'll see tonight, Mike Reardon and Dave Stallworth. You'll see both those players in action for Baltimore as the Bullets have kept their core intact with, of course, Wes Unseld and Jack Marin, who were their superstars. Gus Johnson, also a very solid player for the Baltimore Bullets. They added 2 very stellar rookies, Phil Chenier, who was the number 4 pick overall in the NBA hardship draft, and would go on to become first-team All-Rookie. They also added Stan Love from Oregon, 6'9" rookie power forward, number 9 pick overall in the regular NBA draft, and probably better known today as the father of Kevin Love of Cleveland Cavaliers fame. There was also an interesting trade between Baltimore and Philadelphia, the 2 teams here tonight, as Archie Clark was sent from Philadelphia to Baltimore in exchange for a couple of guards, Fred Carter and Kevin Lockery. Archie Clark would go on to be the best player on the Bullets in the 71-72 season, averaging 25.1 points per game and 8 assists, and making the second-team All-NBA team, 5th in the league in assists. Wes Unseld, of course, was an NBA Hall of Famer, and in 71-72, his 4th year out of Louisville, put up 13 points and 17.6 rebounds per game, which was good enough for 3rd in the league. And of course, as you may know, Wes Unseld passed away on June the 2nd, 2020 after a series of health issues and pneumonia. So that is the backstory behind the Baltimore Bullets. The Philadelphia 76ers really flopped in 1971-72. They traded away Archie Clark and really just did not get it going in 71-72. Billy Cunningham was their leading scorer, 23.3 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, and 6 triple-doubles, which was good enough for 2nd in the league. He was second-team All-NBA, but after the 71-72 season, he would leave Philadelphia for the ABA. They were coached by Jack Ramsey, and after a 9-4 start, the 76ers imploded and did not make the playoffs. So that is your backstory for tonight's game. Let's head to the Baltimore Civic Center for tonight's ball game. As always, we will play both defenses. And taking a look at the starting lineup for Philadelphia, Hal Greer, the veteran 14-year man out of Marshall, will be your point guard, along with Fred Carter in the backcourt, who came over in the trade from Baltimore. Bill Bridges, a monster small forward, 6'5", 230 out of Kansas, 13.5 rebounds per game to lead the 76ers in 71-72. And of course, Bill Cunningham at the power forward. And down low, we have Bob Rule, fifth-year man out of Colorado State. For Baltimore, we've talked about Archie Clark, who came over in the trade from Philadelphia, and Phil Chenier, his backcourt mate. Jack Marin, the leading scorer for the second leading scorer for Baltimore, with 22 points per game, six-year man out of Duke. Marin also shot 89.5% from the free throw line, which was tops in the league in 71-72. And down low, the newly acquired Dave Stallworth, and of course the big man Wes Unseld out of Louisville in the center position, as we say good evening to Tribe Fan 879. How you doing tonight, Tribe Fan? I'm willing to speak to you anyways, even after what your tribe did to my beloved Cincinnati Reds. I did say at the beginning of the season that the Reds would surprise some people. I did not think that they would surprise people by finishing last, but it seems like they're potentially headed in that direction if things don't look up. But tonight we're here for basketball, and the 76ers and the Bullets are ready for action. Philadelphia controls the jump, and Hal Greer sets up the offense. Swings it around to Fred Carter. Working against Phil Chenier on the wing. Carter's going to take it inside. Drives to the basket, passes it down to Cunningham in the low post. Cunningham lays it up and good, and we have our first points of the ball game. Baltimore brings it back with Archie Clark, their superstar point guard, moving from left to right on your computer screen. They've got an open man on the wing, and it is Jack Marin. Marin in the corner shoots from 15 and does not get it to go. We've got a rebound by Dave Stallworth and a loose ball foul, and that is against Marin. Trying to follow his own shot, perhaps a frustration foul. Billy Cunningham will step to the line for one free throw for the 76ers. Cunningham makes the free throw, and it's a 3-0 ball game. Coming back the other way is the Bullets. They've got Dave Stallworth working against Billy Cunningham down low. Stallworth backs down on Cunningham, posting up down low, turns and shoots the short jump shot, and it's good.
Dave Stallworth scores.
And he is going to go to the free throw line, as he also got one with the body. Fred Carter coming over on the defensive help. Commits the personal foul, and Stallworth steps to the line with a chance to tie the game. Stallworth, a fine free throw shooter, 80% for a big man. He hits the free throw, and we are tied. Dave, the Action PC screen isn't showing. Oh my goodness, what is up with that? Let me check my OBS settings. Thanks for letting me know about that. How are we looking now? We should be looking good now. Thank you for letting me know about that, Tribe Fan. It's a 3-3 ball game, and Philadelphia has the ball with Hal Greer at the controls. They're going to try and dump it into Bill Bridges down on the block as he is posting up against the smaller Jack Marin. Marin gets help from his defense and knocks the ball loose. Bridges jumps on it and has to call a timeout. And it will be Philadelphia basketball with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Bridges to inbound. Oh, and it's stolen away by Stallworth. He gets it to Chenier, and Chenier decides to slow things down, and they'll walk the ball into the front court. And they are going to look for Jack Marin on the low block against Bridges. They think they might be able to get something done down there, but Marin cannot get the shot to go. Marin gets his own rebound. Marin on the putback attempt. His turnaround jump shot is no good. This time the rebound is taken by Bob Rule for Philadelphia. And with just over a minute gone by, we're still tied at 3. As the 76ers look inside to Cunningham in the low post. He's got a mismatch against Archie Clark down there. Nice little interior screen. Cunningham took advantage and scored that one. He's got all 5 points for Philadelphia to start the first quarter, with the 76ers up by 2. Baltimore looking to set up a play. Archie Clark has it out on top. He's going to try and get into the lane around Hal Greer. Greer, the veteran. Oh, and Greer stripped him. Greer stole it. Not fooled on that play. Philadelphia with the numbers in transition. Greer leading the break. He's going to take it coast to coast, but his layup attempt is no good. He is hacked on the play by Marin, and that is 2 fouls on Jack Marin. And he is going to have to go to the bench early here for the Bullets, as Hal Greer goes to the line to shoot 2. He drains the first one. And we will see Gus Johnson come into the game to replace Jack Marin. Not what Baltimore wanted here in the early first quarter. 2 fouls in the first minute and a half against one of their superstars. Greer tees up the second free throw. It is no good. The rebound is up for grabs, and Fred Carter snuck out with it. How about that? He passes it back out to Greer, and Philadelphia can reset the offense. They're going to look down inside once again to Bill Cunningham. He is the hot hand here tonight, but he cannot get this one to go. It's off the front rim, and the rebound is taken by Wes Unseld for the Bullets. Back come the Bullets. Stallworth working on the baseline against Cunningham. He shoots from 12, and it is blocked. Cunningham got it. Unseld grabs the offensive rebound. Unseld with the putback. The short jump shot inside is no good. And this time Chenier comes in and gets the rebound and pulls it back out top for the Bullets to reset. Baltimore may have some trouble scoring tonight. They don't have a lot of good matchups here on the offensive end. Archie Clark has it out on top. He is going to look for an opportunity to distribute. He can't find anybody. Finally, he dishes it to Gus Johnson. Johnson's off balance, and he backs in and double dribbles. So, yeah, Baltimore had some trouble getting their offense organized. With Jack Marin on the bench, they didn't know quite what to do and turned it over. And Philadelphia now has the basketball with a 6-3 lead. They look inside to Bridges. Posting up against Gus Johnson. The short jump shot from Bridges is good. And Bridges, it is an 8-3 ball game. Baltimore needs some offense. Just under 3 minutes gone by here in quarter number 1. Baltimore has only managed 1 field goal. They look inside to Gus Johnson. Maybe this time he can get his feet set. He's got Bridges on him. He turns from 10 feet, and he gets that one to go.
Honeycomb
Give
from
the
Clark.
assist to Clark, and it is now an 8-5 ball game. What they just call him, Honeycomb? I hadn't heard that. I hadn't heard that moniker before. Philadelphia sets things up with Greer. They dump it down in low once again to Bridges. Bridges 2 points, now 4 points as he lays that one up and good. Nice little drop step there by Bill Bridges to get into the lane. And the 76ers have doubled up the Bullets 10-5 here in the opening minutes of quarter number 1. Baltimore sets up a play. They look inside to Unseld. Unseld has Bob Rule on him. That's going to be a tough matchup, but Unseld is going to try to get it to the basket, and
Wes
he turns
Unseld.
and shoots from the baseline and buries it. First basket of the game for Wes Unseld to go with 2 rebounds. And Philadelphia comes back on offense. They look inside to Bob Rule. Rule working against Unseld. His shot is short off the front rim. Bridges grabs the rebound. Bridges tries the putback with the left hand from in close, no good. But he is fouled on the play by Gus Johnson, and that will be 2 shots for Bridges. Bridges hits the first. 5 points now for Bridges, matching Cunningham for the team lead. Looking for point number 6, and he knocks it down. 12-7 now, Philadelphia in the lead, as Archie Clark has it out on top. Works it around the perimeter. And Greer got inside there again, knocked that one away. Bridges picks it up. And the 76ers have numbers in transition. They get it to Greer. Greer's going to go coast to coast. He lays it up and good.
Greer.
And once again, it is a double lead, 14-7 now for the 76ers, as they are off to a quick start. Philadelphia leads the Epic Basketball League with 120 points per game. So they have some offensive potency here working in the Silver Division. Baltimore pretty good on defense, 3rd in the Epic Basketball League at 102.3 points per game surrendered defensively. But so far, Philadelphia has had their way with the Baltimore defense, and they have jumped out to the early lead. Archie Clark on the wing, takes it to the rim, gets inside, lays it up, spins off. No good. Clark lands on his backside, and the whistle is blown, and the foul is called on Billy Cunningham. So Clark couldn't get the basket, but he does get to the line for 2 free throws. Archie Clark hits the first, and the second free throw is good. And it is a 14-9 game. The lead is 5. Philadelphia with the lead and the basketball. Greer being defended tightly by Archie Clark. Looks to run the offense. Swings it over to Carter on the wing. Carter squares up against Chenier. Carter's going to try and get to the basket. He drives from the perimeter. Lays it up and off the rim, no good. Wes Unseld made him change his shot, but we've got a whistle and a foul, and that is on Gus Johnson, and that is his second. So both the small forwards for Philadelphia facing early foul trouble. As Fred Carter comes to the line. Free throw is no good. And John Trevant is going to come into the game. Trevant to play the power forward. Dave Stallworth moves over to the small forward position. As Carter goes back to the free throw line, connects on the second. It is 15-9, 6-point lead for the 76ers. As Baltimore looks to try and get something done on offense. Trevant is in on the low post, being denied by Cunningham. Carter swings the ball around to Clark. They get it to Stallworth inside on the block. He's working against Bill Bridges in there. The shot from the wing by Stallworth shuffles his feet, no call. And the short jump shot is good.
Dave Stallworth
and he's got a
scores.
foul on Bridges. So Baltimore once again with a chance for the 3-point play. Stallworth will take the free throw. It's no good. Won't go down, rebounded by Carter. The lead for the 76ers is 4. As they bring it into the front court, and once again they're going to look to Cunningham on the baseline. Cunningham faces off against Trevant. Oh, and Archie Clark reached in there and stole it. Baltimore with numbers in transition. Clark leading the break. Clark takes it himself, goes to the left hand, lays it up and good. And he is fouled on the play by Hal Greer. As we say hello to Ken Blaylock now in the chat room. It is Silver Division action here between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Baltimore Bullets, 1971-72 NBA action. As Archie Clark has just scored a fast break layup and has a chance for a 3-point play to cut Philadelphia's lead to 1. Baltimore yet to lead tonight's game. Philadelphia's been up by as much as 7, but the lead is cut to 1 now on the free throw by Clark. Under 7 minutes to play, as Hal Greer sets up the offense for the 76ers. They like this matchup with Cunningham on the post. They're going to push it down there to him again, and he is fouled this time by Trevant. And Philadelphia is already in the bonus. Cunningham will shoot 2. 5 team fouls against Baltimore here in the early going, and all 5 of them have been on the small forward position. As Marin has gone to the bench with 2, Gus Johnson has gone to the bench with 2. Cunningham for the free throw. It's no good. And Wes Unseld takes the rebound. Baltimore with a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. Archie Clark with it up top. He's going to try and get around Hal Greer. He drives to the basket. Oh, finds Chenier on a nice bounce pass. Chenier's jump shot is no good. And on the rebound, we have a little scrum and we have a foul on Wes Unseld. And that's going to be a 2-shot foul for Philadelphia. And Beatles Eternally is in the chat room. Good evening, Beatles. So good to have you here tonight on the in the Dave Cave. Bridges missed the first free throw. He's an average free throw shooter, 70%. And he knocks down the second, and Philadelphia is back out on top by 2. Baltimore comes back, still looking to make something happen on offense. Trying to tie the game. Archie Clark with it now is going to look to distribute. See if he can find an open teammate. He cannot, and he shuffled his feet and traveled. Another turnover for the Bullets. That is their 4th turnover on the night. And just about midway through the first period, it is 16-14 in favor of the 76ers. Philadelphia looks inside to Bob Rule. Short jump shot from the baseline is no good. Long rebound is taken by Unseld. Baltimore once again has the numbers, and Archie Clark is out in the lead. This time he looks to Trevant on the wing, and Trevant couldn't get the layup to go. The rebound is kicked around, bounces out of bounds, and it will go back to Philadelphia. Once again, the 76ers managed to hold the lead with the Bullets breathing down their necks. And Hal Greer will set up the offense. He swings it over to Cunningham. Cunningham down to Greer, over to Rule, and back to Greer. Greer lost it. Archie Clark stole it, and that's another possession for the Bullets. Nobody open on the first rotation. Now they find Trevant on the baseline. He's got some space as Cunningham is playing loose, and Trevant made him pay for it.
John Trezvant.
He hit the baseline jump shot, and we are tied at 16. Philadelphia comes back looking for Cunningham. Posting up, poor pass and a turnover. Baltimore basketball. As the warm-ups start to come off of the guys on the bench, and we're going to see some substitutions here before long. And Sports Time Machine is going on with some American League Baseball action. But Archie Clark doesn't care about that. He is looking for an open man. He tries to get it to Trevant. But, foul on Greer as Greer reached in and fouled him hard. That's 2 fouls on Greer. And it'll be a 2-shot foul for Archie Clark. Both teams now in the bonus. Clark, 77.3% free throw shooter. He makes the first. And for the first time tonight, the Baltimore Bullets have the lead, much to the delight of the fans here at the Civic Center. Substitutions for Philadelphia. Lockery will come in to play the point. Dave Wohl comes in at the shooting guard. Fred Foster out of Miami of Ohio to the small forward position. And into the center position will be Dennis Autry. Archie Clark will have to stay in the game as he's at the free throw line. We'll see Mike Reardon check in for the first time. And that's all that Baltimore is going to do right now. They're going to have to ride Dave Stallworth here for a while as they have no depth. Their first two small forwards are both in foul trouble. Clark tees up the second free throw. And he scores it. 18-16 now in favor of the Bullets. Philadelphia on a little drought here offensively. They jumped out to a quick 14-7 lead. But Baltimore has worked their way back into it on the strength of an 11-2 run. Philadelphia has 4 new men on the court plus Cunningham. Cunningham is guarded closely by Trevant down on the low block, so they look to the opposite side and they get it into Dennis Autry. Autry's layup in the lane is blocked. Swatted away by Wes Unseld. Rebound Stallworth. Baltimore gains another possession as the momentum continues for the Bullets. I'll be lucky if I don't call them the Washington Wizards before the night is over. As the Bullets set up the offense, Clark works it down low to Trevant, working against Billy Cunningham. 14 on the shot clock. Trevant really doesn't have many options here, so he's going to have to pull the trigger from 14 feet away on the baseline. Nothing but net.
John Trezvant.
Trezvant is how the announcers are pronouncing that, so we'll go with Trezvant. Made lemons out of lemonade on that play, and Baltimore now is up by 4. Philadelphia is going to look to Cunningham. Takes the pass from Kevin Lockery, now running the point for the 76ers. Pump fake by Cunningham. Strong move to the basket. The layup won't go down, but Stallworth fouled him. And Cunningham will get 3 to make 2. First shot by Cunningham is good. 71% free throw shooter on the season. Slightly below average, but he makes the second. And once again, it's a 2-point ball game. 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Bullets with the lead and the basketball. Clark has it out on top now, working against Lockery. Swings it over to Reardon on the post, working against Dave Wohl. Reardon tries to look inside. Can't find Unseld. He's forced to pull the trigger himself. His shot is no good, and Lockery takes the rebound. We've got numbers now for Philadelphia with Kevin Lockery leading the fast break. But he tries to get it over to Wohl, over to Foster, and the pass is behind him and out of bounds. And that is a turnover. Maybe not the best decision by Lockery on that play, as he had a very solid defender facing off against him in Archie Clark and had to force that pass, leading to the turnover. Back come the Bullets. On the baseline, it's Trezvant. The wide open jump shot is good.
John Trezvant.
That is 6 for Trezvant off the bench. He's having a nice first quarter here, and the Bullets are back up on top by 4. Philadelphia wants Cunningham again. Cunningham got off to a very fast start, but he has struggled here in the latter half. This time he puts the spin move on Trezvant and gets that one to go off the glass and good. So he is off the schneid, and Philadelphia is back on the board, and it's a 2-point lead for Washington now with under 3.5 minutes to play. And there I did it. I called him Washington. It's the Baltimore Bullets. And Archie Clark with it on top, now working against Lockery. Can Clark get to the hole? He tries to get it down low and looks for Unseld on the low block. Lockery stripped him and stole it. Nice defense by Kevin Lockery. Philadelphia looking to tie the score. They've got Wohl with it on the wing. Wohl's going to try and venture into the lane. There's a whistle and a reach-in foul on Trezvant, and that is 2 on Trezvant. And my goodness, the Baltimore Bullets are about to run out of guys with three guys now picking up 2 fouls in the first quarter of play. Wohl lines up the first free throw. It's good. And they're going to come back with Gus Johnson. Stallworth starting to get tired. Stan Love will come into the game also for Baltimore. And we'll see Terry Driscoll into the game for the first time spelling Tresvant. Archie Clark will see his first rest as Mike Reardon moves over to the point guard, and Rich Rinaldi comes into the game at the shooting guard. Rinaldi didn't hang around long. Played just parts of 3 seasons with Baltimore, but he was a very well-liked player and still a popular fixture around the franchise. As SGG replays, Kent says, "Let him play, ref, let him play." Cunningham is also going to get his first rest of the game as Lucius Jackson comes in for Philadelphia. Wohl looks to tie the game with his second free throw. And it's good. Didn't even move the net. We're tied at 22 with under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Reardon has it out on top. Calls a play. Dribbles to his right. Swings it over to Gus Johnson on the low block. Johnson inside, rises up. His shot is off the rim, no good. And Lockery takes the rebound. It's a 3-on-2 for Philadelphia, but Lockery's got a power forward and a center with him, and after the last turnover, he is smartly going to pull that back, and Philadelphia will set the offense as they look to regain the lead. Lockery swings it around to Foster, back out top to Lockery, over to Wohl with 11 on the shot clock. Roll's going to try and get around Rich Rinaldi. We've got a whistle and an injury on the play as Lockery goes down, and Hal Greer is going to have to come back into the game. Unless Philadelphia has somebody else to play that role. They've got Fred Carter, who's tired, but Greer's going to have to suck it up and put some extra minutes on his back. He is a veteran, 14th year guy out of Marshall, and one of the greats in franchise history. And he is now at the helm of the offense once again, facing off against Mike Reardon. 1 second on the shot clock. Greer's going to have to pull the trigger from the perimeter, and he can't get it off in time. It's a 24-second shot clock violation, and Baltimore regains possession. The open man on the perimeter is Rinaldi. He can't get around Wohl. He shoots the 15-footer. It rolls around, no good. And on the rebound, we have a loose ball foul, and that is going to go against Stan Love. We got to take a look at Stan Love. This guy has one of the great mustaches in the history of mustaches. Let's see if we can get his, look at that. That is one serious Fu Manchu. And you can see a little of the Kevin Love in Papa Stan. You can see the resemblance there, but Kevin Love never sported any kind of facial hair like his papa. Dennis Autry was rebounding when he was fouled on the play by Love, and he's going to step to the free throw line. Only a 64% free throw shooter, but he gets the first one to go, and Philadelphia is back out on top 23-22. Second shot for Autry is up and good, and it's a 2-point lead now for Philadelphia. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, you'll get an update from Heartland Championship Wrestling as we recount the activities of the week. But right now, the Baltimore Bullets are not interested in that. They're interested in tying the game, and they're going to work it into Gus Johnson once again. Johnson backing down, posting up on the smaller Fred Foster. His short jump shot is good, and
Gus
once again
Johnson.
we're tied. 24 all, 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Greer at the controls. Works it down low to Fred Foster. Trying to work his way free against Gus Johnson. Cannot get the jump shot to go down. Terry Driscoll takes the rebound for Baltimore, and the Bullets look to regain the lead. They get it down low to Driscoll. He doesn't like the looks of his situation against the bigger Lucius Jackson. He tries to get it on the interior to Gus Johnson. Johnson rises up. His shot's no good, and the rebound is taken by Lucius Jackson. Lucius Jackson, another veteran, 7th year out of UT Pan American, struggled with injuries in 71-72 and was forced to retire at season's end. Here's Philadelphia setting up the offense. Wohl has it working against Rich Rinaldi on the perimeter. And now we've got another injury as Terry Driscoll looks banged up. And he is going to go out, and Tresvant is going to come back in for Baltimore. Has a rough game in there. Physical game down low. We've seen a couple of guys leave the court shaken up, but they are expected to be back. Driscoll for Baltimore and Lockery for Philadelphia. Jackson to inbound for the 76ers. Gets it out to Greer and posts up down low. Greer finds him in the paint. He's got the mismatch, but he cannot get the jump shot to go. And Tresvant takes the rebound for the Bullets. Minute 19 to play. Tresvant wants it on the baseline. His fall-away jump shot against Lucas Jackson is good.
John Tresvant
and Wohl
scores.
got him on the arm. Tresvant has a chance for another three-point play. This is the third three-point play opportunity for the Bullets here in quarter number 1. As Kent Blaylock says, let him play. Tresvant misses his free throw off the back iron, but the Bullets are in the bonus, so he'll get another shot at it. 82% free throw shooter. And this time he gets it to go. And the Bullets are up on top by 3 as we head into the final minute of the first quarter. Plenty of time for Philadelphia to work the offense. Greer has it on the perimeter. Greer takes his own jump shot. Oh, and that's tipped away by Stan Love. Tresvant with the rebound. Will the Bullets push the action? No, they're going to pull it back. Final minute of the quarter. And so Reardon's going to slow things down and set up the offense. They like Tresvant on the baseline. That's a good matchup for him. Loosely covered by Lucius Jackson. This time he cannot get the jump shot to fall, and Dennis Autry takes the rebound. Numbers for the 76ers. Hal Greer takes it around Rinaldi, gets into the lane. His floater is no good. Rolls around the rim and off. Tresvant takes the rebound. Exciting sequence of play there, but Philadelphia comes up empty. They want Tresvant on the baseline again. Lucius Jackson has been late getting out to defend the perimeter jump shot, but Tresvant hasn't been able to make him pay. This time Love gets the offensive rebound. Stan Love tries for the putback, and it's good.
Stan Love.
The Bullets take a 5-point lead, their biggest of the game, as we head into the final 30 seconds of play here in the first quarter. Hal Greer has it outside. 12 on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock. Greer explores the lane. Takes it into the paint. He's cut off by Love. Stops and pops. Cannot get it to drop. Fred Foster steals the rebound. Pushes it back out to Greer at the top. And the 76ers are going to play for the last shot of the period. 2-12 scoring drought for Philadelphia. Foster with the open jump shot at the buzzer. It's no good. And that is the end of the first quarter.
Baltimore 29, Philadelphia 24.
Pull up the box score here for you to read while I take a quick drink. Really kind of a choppy first quarter. Philadelphia got off to the hot start, but only managed to shoot 37.5% from the field for the quarter. And Baltimore started slowly, but rebounded to to shoot 46% for the quarter. 50% is a pretty good shooting percentage. Rebounds are about even. Turnovers are about even. The big difference was the foul trouble experienced by Baltimore, as Gus Johnson had 2, Tresvant had 2. Jack Marin missed most of the first quarter with 2 fouls. And that 12-7 advantage from the free throw line is exactly the 5-point edge that the Bullets enjoy. Actually, I got that backwards. Philadelphia had the 12-7 advantage at the free throw line, and that has kept them close, as Baltimore put in 11 field goals in the first quarter to only 6 for the 76ers. All right, I promised you an update from Heartland Championship Wrestling. I know you have been anxiously awaiting to hear what has been going on. This past Wednesday night in Mobile, Alabama, it was a tremendous night and a tremendous main event World Tag Team Championship. The Steiner brothers, Rick and Scotty out of Michigan, defending against the Road Warriors. And after a long battle, it was the Steiner brothers emerging victorious to retain the NWA World Tag Team Championship, as they executed the Steiner dog, that top rope bulldog, on Road Warrior Hawk to get the pinfall victory. Also on that card, Ray the Crippler Stevens successfully defending the Dixie Heavyweight Championship with a win over Greg the Hammer Valentine. This weekend, it will be action from Pro Wrestling Mid-America from the legendary Sportatorium in Dallas, as Ric Flair defends the World Heavyweight Championship against a double tough opponent in Harley Race. Two NWA World Heavyweight champions squaring off in Dallas with the title on the line this weekend from the Dave Cave. That will not likely make it to YouTube for reasons that we will discuss at halftime when I give you the next update on action from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. But for now, let's get back to play, with the Baltimore Bullets leading 29-24 as we open the second quarter. And the tip is controlled by Philadelphia. Halger has it. Rinaldi is covering him on the switch. They swing it around. They get it back to Greer. Greer drives into the lane. He's cut off once again by Love. Once again, that good helps defense by Stan Love. And Greer is denied. Tresvant with the rebound. And Baltimore looks to expand the lead. They're going to work it inside to Gus Johnson. Johnson can't get a shot off, swings it around to Love. Love shoots the jump shot from the baseline. He gets that one to fall, and it is 31-24 in favor of Baltimore. The Bullets are taking control in this one. Lucius Jackson wants the ball down low. He comes off the screen. He's being guarded by the smaller Rich Rinaldi, but once again, Jackson can't get that one to fall, but he is fouled hard on the play by Stan Love. And it will be Lucius Jackson shooting 2 for Philadelphia. 69% free throw shooter. First shot is no good. Jackson for the second one, also no good. He missed them both. And Stan Love takes the rebound. So no harm done on that play. And Baltimore looks to continue on their scoring streak. Tresvant along the baseline. Jump shot from 12 feet out is good.
Tresvant.
And Tresvant is the first man in this game to hit double digits. And as SDG replays has pointed out, he was a career 9-point-per-game player. Reliable bench guy, but never a superstar. And he is having a good night now, taking advantage of the foul trouble and the injury to Terry Driscoll to give some very valuable minutes to the Bullets here in the first half, as they are out to a 9-point lead. Foster working down low against Gus Johnson. Shoots the short jump shot from inside, no good. The shooting slump continues for Philadelphia. Jackson draws the rebound. Can Jackson get the follow-up to go. No, it's off the rim, no good. And the rebound is taken by Mike Reardon. The shooting woes for Philadelphia continue, as they're now down to 32% on the game. Trezvant loose on the baseline. Lucius Jackson just doesn't have the mobility to keep up with him on those outside shots. This one falls off the rim, no good. We've got a battle for the rebound. Reardon reaches in to grab the loose ball and passes it back out on top. Rinaldi with it, working against Greer. He's going to look inside. He can't find anybody, so they have to reset the offense, but they've got another full 24 seconds to shoot. Reardon with it out on top now against Greer. 19 on the shot clock. Over to Rinaldi on the wing. Comes off the screen, shoots the deep jump shot and nails it.
Rich Rinaldi.
Nice shot for Rich Rinaldi. And the Baltimore Bullets have established a double-digit lead now, 35-24, as the Philadelphia offense has gone to sleep. And it's a little early, but Philadelphia is looking to get their regulars back into the game. What I try to do, I've taken over the substitution patterns, and I try to run the starters for 8 minutes, and then bring the bench in for 8 minutes, and then run the starters for the last 8 minutes. So we would like to see the Philadelphia starters rest until 8 minutes left to play, but they're down by double digits, and they're going to come back into the game sooner rather than later. Philadelphia setting up the offense through Foster. Not a good matchup. He's going to pull the trigger anyways. From the baseline, his jump shot is off the rim, no good. But Trezvant got him on the arm, and that is his third. Fred Foster out of Miami of Ohio will shoot the free throws. The first free throw is good. And now we will see Dave Stallworth return to the game. Is he ready to go? Yes, he is. So he comes back in at the small forward position. For Baltimore, and Trezvant with his 3 fouls will go back to the bench. And now for Philadelphia, we're going to just bring them all back in. Fred Carter comes in. We've still got Lockery injured, so Wohl is going to have to stay out there. We'll get Bridges back into the game, Cunningham and Bob Rule back into the game for the 76ers. And Fred Foster has to stay in the game because he's at the free throw line. I make that mistake pretty much every game. Yes, Dave Garner, the Baltimore Bullets are here. Welcome to the chat room. Glad to see you. This team would move to D.C. and become the Washington Bullets. They decided the Washington Bullets had, too many negative connotations for crime and violence and ugliness, and they didn't like the name Washington Bullets for that reason, so they dropped the Washington. No, that was a little joke. They changed from the Washington Bullets to the Washington Wizards because the Bullets were not the image that they wanted to portray. STG replays. Fun memory, I ran into Ric Flair and Greg Valentine when I was probably 10 at a Krispy Kreme in Charlotte, North Carolina. They were supposed to be mortal enemies at the time. Yeah, that's that's interesting. I actually had dinner with Greg Valentine and a group of friends a couple of years ago at the Filsinger Games weekend Galacticon convention, and Greg Valentine was pretty much just like you would see him on TV. He was cordial, and he told stories, but he was just kind of a standoffish sort of a gruff old guy. And but he told some good stories about wrestling history and how much he enjoyed working with guys like Tito Santana, who was a good worker. They had a good feud, but the thing that Valentine pointed out was that he worked as a tag team with Brutus the Barber Beefcake, or Brutus Beefcake at the time, who was absolutely horrible. Beefcake did not know what he was doing in the ring. The only reason he had that job was because he was a friend of Hulk Hogan, and they did have a title run with Beefcake and Valentine as the Dream Team under the management of Jimmy Hart, but those were not the happiest memories of the career of Greg Valentine. So anyhow, I could talk about Greg Valentine and wrestling all night, but we are going to go to back to action here, as it is now an 8-point game on the tip in by Cunningham after the missed free throw. Baltimore with the basketball. Reardon now at the point. And Stallworth is the open man on the baseline. Stallworth gets it, comes around to screen, shoots the jump shot, and it's good.
Dave Stallworth from Rye Arden. 7
points for Dave Stallworth from Rye Arden. And I know that's not how that's pronounced. That's Mike Reardon. This I do know. And why Microsoft is calling him Rye Arden is beyond me. But they're going to go right back to Cunningham. He's got his full energy. He drives to the basket. Oh, and he's called for the offensive foul. My goodness, the 76ers just cannot get out of their own way tonight. Yes, now we can bring Bridges back into the game. Wohl is going to stay on the floor for the time being, and while the trainers continue to tend to Kevin Lockery. And 10 minutes to go. Gus Johnson is getting tired, so they will bring Wes Unseld back into the game for the time being at the power forward slot. And we're back to action. Reardon sets the offense for Baltimore. They get it to Stallworth working inside against Bridges. Stallworth back to the basket. Turns with a finger roll. It's off the rim, no good. Rinaldi sneaks in for the rebound and passes it back out to Reardon for a fresh 24. Baltimore with the basketball and a 10-point lead. And now they're going to look inside to Wes Unseld. His short jump shot from the baseline is good.
Wes Unseld from Rinaldi.
4 points now for Unseld, and the lead for Baltimore is 12. Cunningham rises up inside, misses again. He's gone cold, but he is fouled by Stan Love. And that is the third on Love and the third on the team already here in quarter number 2. Yeah, Kent, I didn't mean to one-up you on that one. I love your story, and thank you for sharing that. The name Greg Valentine came to mind, and the dinner we had. I think that was I don't remember which year that was, but it was certainly a unique experience. Cunningham at the free throw line now. He gets that one to go, and maybe that'll be the thing to get him going again. Second shot by Cunningham. 71% free throw shooter. He connects on them both, and the deficit is back to 10. Reardon looking around. Looks inside to Stan Love. Love working down low against Bob Rule. Cannot get it in there. Reardon tries to swing it to Unseld instead, and it is out of bounds. Philadelphia basketball. As Baseball Demos is in the chat room. Hello, Baseball Demos. Welcome to the chat room. And tonight's Silver Division action in the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League. As the Philadelphia 76ers battle the Baltimore Bullets. Philadelphia got off to a 14-7 lead early in the first quarter, but they have gone cold. And Baltimore has taken control, and they now lead by 10 with 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. Philadelphia is going to continue to pound it inside to Cunningham. He is their leading scorer. His right-handed runner is blocked by Unseld. Rebounded by Bridges. Philadelphia keeps possession with 10 on the shot clock. Bridges is going to try for the putback. He unloads from point-blank range and gets it to
Bridges.
go. Fine play by Bill Bridges to snag that offensive rebound. Bridges, the veteran out of Kansas in his 9th year, 13.5 rebounds per game to lead Philadelphia in 71-72. Baltimore comes back looking down to Unseld. Unseld in the low post. Short jump shot from the baseline is good. No, it's off the iron, but Love tips it in on the follow-up, and the lead is back to 10. Philadelphia wants Bridges. They've got him inside, backing down Stallworth. His turnaround jump shot is good, and that's 11 for Bridges. Philadelphia starting to find the rhythm. Let's see now if they can get anything done on defense. Rinaldi has it on the wing working against Fred Carter. Rinaldi comes off the pick, drives into the lane. Jump shot is no good, and Bob Rule takes the rebound. Philadelphia comes back with numbers. Fred Carter runs the break, dishes it to Cunningham. Cunningham slams it home.
Cunningham from Bridges.
Now Philadelphia has it going. They've got the lead down to 6, and that is 15 for Billy Cunningham to lead all scorers. Reardon directing the offense. The open man down low is Stan Love, facing off against the long arms of Bob Rule. Rule forced him to alter that shot, and on the rebound, we have got a foul on Unseld over the back. That'll be one shot for Billy Cunningham. And with 8 minutes to play, Baltimore is going to come back with their starters. Archie Clark, Phil Chenier, Jack Marin, who missed most of the first quarter in foul trouble. Unseld remains in the game, and we'll see Dory Murphy for the first time at the center position. And for Philadelphia, Lockery is ready to return, so we'll get him back into the game. Let's see, actually, I want this. Okay, yeah, Lockery at the point, Fred Foster at the shooting guard, Bridges, Cunningham, and Rule. And we're good to go. Cunningham with the one-shot attempt, and it's no good. Off the rim, rebound for Unseld. That is his 5th rebound, and he leads everybody in the game here tonight. They're going to go right to Jack Marin off the bench. Marin pulls the trigger from the outside and nails it.
Jack Marin.
Baltimore trying to maintain control over this game, stretches the lead back to 8. Lockery to set the offense. They get it over to Foster on the outside. Foster looking for help. Forced to pull the trigger. Oh, and he got it to go.
Foster scores from
Foster
Bridges.
with a pump fake. He was looking for a pass, but he got the shot off. Chenier bought the fake and fouled Foster on the jumper. And Foster with an opportunity for a 3-point play. Shot by Foster is no good. Philadelphia already in the bonus. He'll get a second shot at it. 76% free throw shooter. And on the second try, he gets it to go. And Philadelphia cuts the lead to 5. And Archie Clark with it, now running the offense for Baltimore. Once again, they look to Marin. Marin is now going to back down into the lane against Bridges. The short jump shot from the elbow is no good. The rebound is taken by Cunningham. Cunningham will run the floor with Fred Foster. And Foster wisely pulls things back as Archie Clark, a very shrewd defender, cut off his path and forced Foster to pull it back out and send it out to Lockery to run the offense. They dump it down low to Rule, working against Dory Murray. Turnaround jump shot for Rule from the paint is no good. Rebounded by Unseld. 6 rebounds now for Unseld to go with 4 points. and Baltimore looks to extend their lead. Chenier has it on the wing. He's being denied by Foster. Chenier's going to try and take it to the hole. Changes hands on the layup and gets it to go.
Phil Chenier.
Very nice move by Phil Chenier, his first basket of the night. The rookie from California. Philadelphia runs a play for Cunningham. Loose ball as it's knocked away in there by Foster. And there's a scrum on the floor, and it is tied up. And we will have a jump ball. Murray with a decided size advantage against Fred Foster. And in fact, they are going to come back with Fred Carter. And now the Philadelphia 76ers look like they are well rested. Fred Foster must be in the game for the jump ball. Okay. And I blew it again. Foster gathers the jump ball for Philadelphia. Bridges has it inside. He's got Marin on him. He kicks it out to Lockery. Lockery's going to take it to the hole. Nice pump fake. He gets into the lane, dumps it off to Cunningham, and Cunningham cannot get the short jump shot to fall. But he is fouled on the play by Murray, and it will be 3 to make 2 for Billy Cunningham. Cunningham only 5 for 8 from the line tonight. Gets the first one to go. As Driscoll is ready to come back into the game for Baltimore. Wes Unseld will move to the center position, Driscoll at the power forward. And for Philadelphia, we will get Fred Carter now into the game. And everybody should be fresh and good to go for the rest of the half. So barring any foul trouble, that will be the end of the substitutions. Second free throw for Cunningham is good. He's got 17 to lead all scorers, and Philadelphia is back to within 5. Under 7 to play second quarter. Archie Clark working on top against Lockery. Chenier being denied on the wing by Fred Carter. Clark resets the offense, dumps it down inside to Driscoll, just back into the ball game. Driscoll in among the tall trees, shoots the short jump shot over Cunningham. It's no good. Carter boxes out and takes the rebound for Philadelphia. Philadelphia brings it back. They've got Cunningham on the low block, but we've got a whistle and an injury. It looks like Fred Carter got poked in the eye in the scrum for that rebound. He's shaken up, but he'll stay in the game. And Philadelphia will restart the offense with a full 24. They look inside to Cunningham. Gets the pass from Rule. Steps out of bounds. Oh, Cunningham tried to go baseline with it, but stepped on the line, and that's a turnover. 6:19 to play. Baltimore still up by 5. Bullets on offense. Chenier denied on the perimeter by the stellar defense of Fred Carter. Clark with it out on top. He's going to try and get into the lane. He floats into the basket. He's cut off by Rule and misses the jump shot. Rule made him alter his shot. Nice defense. Cunningham pulls the rebound for Philadelphia. And the 76ers look to cut into the lead. They go right down to Bob Rule in the low post. Short jump shot around Unseld is no good. Rebound on the play for Marin. Baltimore's going to push the tempo in transition. And Marin gets it ahead to Clark and drops it out of bounds. Turnover on the fast break, and we are now at the midway point of quarter number 2. It's a 5-point ball game. It's been sluggish, it's been spotty, but it has been competitive. As the play continues for Philadelphia, running the offense through Lockery. He's going to look inside to Cunningham. Cunningham works against Terry Driscoll. Gets the ball on the pick and roll. Lays it up from the inside, and it is blocked. Jack Marin got him from behind. Unseld takes the rebound for Baltimore. 7 rebounds now for Unseld as he is dominating the paint. Jack Marin wants it on the outside. He's going to pull the trigger from the perimeter. And he hits another one.
Jack Marin, from Clark.
That's 2 back-to-back shots for Marin. He's got 4 points on the game now as he has returned after missing most of the first quarter to foul trouble. And, oh, good. Glad to see that Kent has subscribed to the channel of Baseball Demos. That is a fine, fine channel. And lots of fine channels on this network. I really appreciate how Al Red Sox fan and Dave Gardner and a lot of the guys who do streams recognize the channels of other folks that come in. Beatles Eternally is good at that. I'm not so good at that, but there are a lot of fine YouTube streamers in the chat room here tonight. Kent Blaylock is doing some good college basketball. Baseball Demos always entertaining. Dave Gardner with his hockey, doing a hockey draft this morning. I don't know anything about hockey, but I would love to learn more, and watching Dave Gardner has only served to increase my interest. And, of course, Beatles Eternally with that fabulous voice and that fabulous sense of baseball history as he does the old-time games. So lots of never a dull moment in the YouTube streaming community. And thank you for everyone who has checked out the broadcast here tonight. Lockery has the ball on the point. He's going to call his own number. He steps around Archie Clark into the lane, lays it up and good.
Lowry
and he is
scores.
fouled on the play by Chenier. Lockery with a chance to get the 76ers within 4. And he is a good free throw shooter. His free throw is up and good. He's got 3 points now, his first 3 points of the ball game. 5:12 to play, Philadelphia within 4. That's as close as it's been throughout the second period. Clark has it out on top, being guarded by Lockery. Swings it over to Jack Marin. Marin's had the hot hand for Baltimore. He gets into the lane this time. He cannot get the layup to go, and Bob Rule takes the rebound. Philadelphia looks to cut further into the lead. They want Cunningham inside. Cunningham steps into the paint. Short jump shot is up and
Cunningham,
good. That is
Lowry.
19 for Billy Cunningham. And speaking of fine broadcasters, we've got Tribe Fan still. He was the first guy at the arena here tonight, and he's back in time for halftime action. Another fine YouTube channel, Tribe Fan 879. Pretty good guy for an Indians fan. Chenier has it on the outside. Fred Carter's all over him. Chenier's going to try and get to the basket. Crosses over, and, oh, the pass is stolen away by Carter. And Philadelphia will walk it up the court with a chance to tie. Carter with it, working against Chenier. Carter's going to try and go to the baseline. Comes off the pick from Rule. Clark steps in front. But, oh, Carter gets the layup to go, and he's fouled by Clark. Clark was a step late getting over. And Carter was able to get the layup and get the foul. And that will be a 2 to make 1. And quickly it's going to be Hal Greer returning to the lineup, replacing Fred Carter. And now it will be the free throw attempt. Oh, I did it again. Did I just do it again? I'm always trying to substitute for the guy shooting the free throws or the guy doing the jump ball. Carter makes the free throw. Gets us. Well, no, I'm a Tribe fan. I don't mind the Tribe either. I just mind them when they beat up on my Cincinnati Reds. Every year, no matter how good the teams are, when it comes to Reds versus Indians, the Indians always just beat the snot out of the Reds. And not only that, but the Tribe fans are so good. Cleveland has such good fans. They come down to Cincinnati, and there's as many fans at the Great American Ballpark rooting for the Indians as there are for the Reds. So if I'm giving you a hard time, it's because I respect the Indians, the franchise, and I respect the fans of the Tribe and the passion. Philadelphia just made the free throw there, and they have taken the lead. They've regained the lead over Baltimore now, 48-47. Getting Cunningham back in the game was the spark that the 76ers needed to get back and take the lead for the first time here in the second period. Archie Clark has it on top, working on the switch against Bridges. Clark's going to go to the hole. Dishes it off to Marin. Marin from the outside shoots from 15. This one's no good. Off the back iron, but he is hammered on the play by Bridges. And Marin will shoot 2 free throws. As we mentioned, Marin was the best free throw shooter in the NBA in 1971-72 at 89.5%. And he puts that first one through cleanly. And the second is also good. Perfect form. And Baltimore's back up on top. 4 minutes to play before halftime. Philadelphia looks to Cunningham. Cunningham gets inside. His shot is off the front rim, no good. But he is fouled on the play by Driscoll. And the referees in the stands do not agree with that call. Cunningham to shoot 2. First shot is good, and we're tied once again. Second shot for Cunningham is good, and he's got 21 now in the first half for the 76ers. And Philadelphia's back out on top, 50-49. 4 minutes to play as Archie Clark sets the offense. They dump it down to Driscoll inside. Driscoll on the post. Turns and faces. Steps into the lane. Oh, and his shot is blocked away by Cunningham. Rule takes the rebound. Gets the outlet to Greer. Greer leading the fast break. Dumps it off to Cunningham, and Cunningham with the reverse jam. How
Rule.
about that? Another fast break basket for Cunningham on the nice feed off the outlet by Hal Greer. Baltimore now trailing by 3. Archie Clark has it on the outside. Crosses over on Greer. Gets into the lane for the finger roll. It's up and good.
Archie Clark.
Archie Clark on the basket. 9 points for Clark. And the Bullets are back to within 1. 3:21 to play in the first half. Cunningham wants it on the low post. What Cunningham wants, he gets. He turns and fires. And this one is blocked away by Chenier. Chenier got him from behind. And on the rebound, we've got a battle inside and a whistle. And there will be a foul called against Terry Driscoll. And that will put Bill Bridges on the line to shoot free throws for Philadelphia. Bridges shoots the first one. The animation got goofed up, and it looked like Bridges took that free throw from the bench. He nailed it from three-point land, but it's still only good for 1 point. Bridges lines up the second shot, and it's good. 13 now for Bridges with 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Philadelphia now on top by 3. Baltimore trying to keep it close here. Oh, and now we've got Archie Clark driving to the basket, lowered his shoulder, and he is called for the offensive foul. A little too aggressive on that play. Philadelphia takes possession. Greer has it on top, working against Archie Clark. Swings it down low to Bridges. Bridges drops it off inside to Rule. Rule with a short jump shot. It's no good, and it's good.
Rule from Cunningham.
Rolled around, looked like it was going to fall off, but dropped through. And that is the first 2 points of the night for Bob Rule. And Philadelphia has expanded the lead to 5. Jack Marin wants it down low. Short jump shot from the paint is off the side of the rim, no good. And the rebound is taken by Fred Carter. Back come the 76ers. Cunningham calls for it on the low post. Steps into the lane, lays it up off the rim, no good. Rebound for Unseld. It's 3-on-1 the other way. Archie Clark is at the helm. It's a gold rush. It's Chenier. He lays it up and good.
From Marin.
56-53. Philadelphia up by 3 with the basketball. It's Greer at the top of the key to Carter on the wing. Tough jump shot from the wing by Carter is good.
Carter from Greer.
Philadelphia back on top by 5. Under 2 to play in the first half. Clark works the offense. Gets it to Marin on the wing. 16 on the shot clock. Marin with a step back jumper from 15. No good. Rolled around and out. The rebound bounces around and drops out of bounds. It will go back to Philadelphia. Carter on the outside is the open man. Chenier goes out and denies the passing lane. They dump it down to Rule down low. Working against Wes Unseld in the lane. Shot from in close is good.
Rule.
That's 4 for Bob Rule, and the Philadelphia lead is back up to 7, and that matches their biggest lead of the first half. The open man for Baltimore is Driscoll. He posts up over Cunningham, and he gets that shot to fall, and it is 60-55. And if you look at the box scores here, look at the bench scoring. The bench scoring is 25-11 in favor of Baltimore. So their bench guys, especially Tresvant, did his work. Stan Love with 6 points off the bench. And that is really what enabled Baltimore to make that run where they took over the lead. Once Cunningham and the rest of the Philadelphia crew got back into action, the Sixers have taken over again, and they lead by 5 with 1:17 to play first half. Greer with the ball out top, guarded tightly by Archie Clark. Looks to set the offense, shoots it over to Bridges, down to Cunningham. Cunningham doing work on the low post. Whistle away from the ball, and it's an illegal screen. That's going to go against Bob Rule, and that is his first. Baltimore takes possession now as we enter the final minute of the first half. Marin has the ball on the outside, guarded closely by Bridges. Marin dribbles to his left. Hal Greer comes and covers him on the switch. Marin's going to pull the trigger. His jump shot from the wing is way off. Not even close. That's out of bounds to Philadelphia. Marin is talking to the officials. He's not very happy that he thought he got hit on the elbow. But his cries are falling on deaf ears as Philadelphia takes the basketball. We'll see Dave Stallworth come back into the game for Driscoll, who is tired. And action will continue in the final minute of the first half. They're going to look down to Rule on the post. He's hit a couple from down there. Rule can't get a shot off. Throws it back out to Cunningham. Back down to Rule. Rule takes the 10-footer against Unseld, and he buries another one. 6 points for Rule. The lead for Philadelphia back up to 7. 28 seconds to play. 15 on the shot clock. Archie Clark working against Greer. Floats into the lane. Stops from 12 feet out. Pops the jump shot. It won't go. Marin takes the offensive rebound. Marin is going to go for the putback. His short jump shot from the lane is no good. Again, he wants the foul. Not going to get it. Unseld leaps high for the offensive rebound. Unseld with the putback attempt. He can't get the shot off. He gets it back to Clark on the perimeter, but it's stripped away and stolen by Hal Greer. 12 seconds to play in the half as Greer brings the Philadelphia offense back, and they'll play for the final shot of the half. Greer gives the ball to Cunningham. Back to Greer. Greer on the spin move, lays it up off the window and good at the buzzer.
Greer from Cunningham. At
so
the
Philadelphia,
half,
after a sluggish start to the second quarter,
Baltimore 55.
comes back and takes the 9-point lead, 64-55, their largest lead of the game as we head into halftime. We'll take a look at the box score. Philadelphia got their field goal percentage up to 51%. With that spurt late in the second quarter, a 38-point quarter for Philadelphia, and that is solid. We mentioned earlier that they are leading the Epic Basketball League with 120 points per game on the offense. And they certainly proved it in the second quarter as they have run out to a 9-point lead. Been a rough game for Jack Merritt. He is a minus 18 on the plus minus. 2 for 11 from the field after sitting out nearly all of the first quarter with foul trouble. Overall, a 45% shooting performance for the Bullets. And again, that free throw advantage, 24-9 in favor of the visitors. And you better believe Baltimore coach Gene Shue is going to have a conversation with the Zebras here at halftime, because the foul totals have strongly favored the visiting team. 20-9 is the foul differential, and Gene Shue is not at all happy about that. Leading scorer off the bench for Baltimore is Trezvat, 11 points and 4 rebounds. Unseld with that stellar 9-rebound performance, but he is minus 20 overall, as Cunningham and Rule and Bridges have just owned the paint for Philadelphia. And clearly your player of the game so far of the first half, Billy Cunningham, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Fine first half by Billy Cunningham. Now, I mentioned some updates from the Dave Cave. This weekend, for those of you who are so inclined, is the play.com, or I'm sorry, the play.com convention is this weekend. Last year was the very first play.com convention, which was cleverly enough named play.con, C-O-N, for convention. This year they could not do the annual pilgrimage to Denver. We're doing it virtually. And so Keith Avalone, and all of his cleverness and creativity, is calling it Play Not Con. So Play Not Con is tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to start with a History Maker baseball tournament featuring what they're calling, I think, the Fabulous 500. 36 different teams with records right around the 500 mark will be squaring off. And how this is going to work is that the participants each got to choose their own team, and the team that they choose will play a best 2 out of 3 series against another team from the pool, and those games will be played just at home individually on the tabletop. I have chosen the 1971 Cincinnati Reds, and they will be taking on the 2005 Washington Nationals. And the way the games were distributed, each of the 36 teams in the pool will have roughly the same number of games between the games that are being played by managers and games that are being played by the visiting team. So I don't know if a lot of people are playing the Washington Nationals, but I have my 1971 Cincinnati Reds raring to go. Bernie Carbo on that team, Dave Concepcion, Pete Rose, of course, and Johnny Bench, George Foster. Lee May was the first baseman for that team, and Tommy Helms at second before the big Joe Morgan trade. And Tony Perez is actually playing third base for Cincinnati in 1971. A couple of good pitchers, Gary Nolan and Don Gullett. And, of course, your closer that year was Clay Carroll. So it should be a good fun morning of History Maker baseball. In the afternoon, it will be another tournament with History Maker golf. And Keith Avalone came up with a fictitious golf course based on Yellowstone National Park. And this course is a hoot. You might be able to get it from the Play.com Facebook group. If you travel over there, it may be, I don't know if that's downloadable or how that's available, but it's got geysers, it's got animals running across the field or across the course in the middle of holes. It's got waterfalls. It's got all kinds of sand traps and hazards, and it is a fun golf course to play with. So baseball in the morning, golf in the afternoon should be a lot of fun. And at the end of the third quarter, I'll tell you about the events on Sunday. But for now, let's get back to action as the Philadelphia 76ers hold a 9-point lead over Baltimore as we begin the second half. We will go with the starting lineups for both teams. Everybody is fresh and ready to go. And for the jump ball, it is Philadelphia taking possession with Bob Rule down low. They get it out to Greer on top. He comes off the screen. He's got a mismatch against Wes Unseld. He's open for the jump shot, but it's no good. Tough angle on that shot, and Unseld takes the rebound. Number 10 of the game. Baltimore with numbers. Archie Clark pushes the pace. Quick outlet pass. Clark gets into the lane
Archie
and
Clark
lays it up and good.
from Unseld.
And that's just the spark that Baltimore needs. Clark now with 11 points for Baltimore. Philadelphia comes back on offense. Greer looks down low to Bridges. Working inside against Jack Marin. This is how they got Marin in foul trouble in the first quarter.
Bridges.
And Marin steps away this time and gives Bridges space to turn and hit the jump shot. And that is 15 for Bridges. Philadelphia back up by 9. Archie Clark with it out on top for Baltimore. He's going to try and get into the lane. Very aggressive on the attack of the hoop. His floater is up no good. Tough defense by Greer. Unseld takes the offensive board. Unseld from 10 feet on the putback is no good. Bounces out of bounds back to Philadelphia. So 2 missed opportunities there for Baltimore. And Philadelphia looks to, for the first time tonight, go up by double digits if they can convert on this possession. Fred Carter has it against Unseld. Doesn't like the looks of that shot. Swings it back to Greer. Greer with the jump shot, no good. Unseld takes the rebound. And once again, Baltimore is going to push the tempo. Clark this time dishes to Stallworth, and Stallworth lays it up
Dave
and good.
Stallworth from Clark.
Stallworth filled the lane, and Clark dropped it off with the pocket pass for the conversion. And the lead is back down to 7. Lots of excitement here in the first minute of the third quarter. Philadelphia comes back with Greer. Swings it around, gets it back, takes the jump shot. Offensive rebound by Bridges, stolen by Chenier. Archie Clark on the outlet. Gets it back to Chenier. Chenier is called for the offensive foul. Chenier got a little too carried away on that one, made the rookie mistake, and Fred Carter made him pay for it, stepping into the lane and drawing the charge. Philadelphia by 7 with the basketball. Dumping it inside to Cunningham. 23 in the first half for Cunningham. His first shot of the third quarter is no good. And Unseld takes another rebound. Baltimore to push the tempo again. Archie Clark with it. This time he looks for Marin. That pass was too hot to handle, and it's stolen by Carter. And Coach Gene Shue is trying to get his squad to dial it back a little bit. A little too much excitement after they got those first 2 fast breaks to convert. And now Philadelphia will bring it up slowly. Greer's going to dump it down to Cunningham. Cunningham from the baseline. This time he turns and gets it to go. From the baseline, 25 now for Cunningham. The lead is back up to 9. As Kent says, Unseld is cleaning the glass. Yes, indeed. Loose ball on the perimeter as Clark had it knocked away. There's a scramble on the floor. Stallworth was the first on the floor. Cunningham tied it up. As Stallworth couldn't get the timeout called, and that will be a jump ball. Stallworth wins the jump. Marin takes control inside. He's got the smaller Hal Greer on his hip. Takes it to the hoop, and Marin pushed off. He thought he was going to bully Greer in the paint, but he got that left arm out there, and they called him for the hook. And Marin is not at all happy about that call. He thinks that was a flop. But once again, the referees are unsympathetic to his pleas. And Gene Shue is letting the referees know that the foul totals are getting worse. 22-9 now is the foul differential in favor of Philadelphia. And that is not the kind of home cooking that coaches in this league expect. Philadelphia dumping it down low to Bill Bridges. Bridges shoots from the elbow. Cannot get the shot off. Gets it back to Greer, down to Rule in the low post. Back over to Bridges, and his shot is blocked by Unseld. Bridges grabs his own rebound off the block. His short jump shot this time from the lane is no good. He forced that one up, and Archie Clark comes out with a rebound for Baltimore. Bullets back on offense with Clark. Clark to Chenier. Jump shot by Phil Chenier is no good. Rebound by Carter. Philadelphia with big numbers on the fast break. And this time Clark just reaches in and commits the foul. Smart foul by Archie Clark to cut off that 4-on-1 fast break. And this early in the period, Philadelphia not in the bonus. That'll just be one shot for Cunningham, who has struggled at the line tonight, but he gets that one to go. That's 26, and the lead for Philadelphia is back to 10. Philadelphia looking good here against Baltimore in the Civic Center, as it is the Bullets who've been struggling. Archie Clark, always aggressive. Steps around Greer into the lane. Short jump shot from 12 feet is no good. Clark is knocked to the floor and fouled by Rule, as a mock cheer goes up from the Baltimore faithful here in the Civic Center. As finally, the Bullets are going to get some free throws. It has been a 35-11 differential at the free throw line in favor of Philadelphia, and that's the difference in this ball game, as Archie Clark knocks down the first free throw. Jack Merritt is still giving the referees a little bit of harassment as he lines up to rebound, and the referees point the finger at him and gives Merritt a warning, but not going to pull the trigger on the technical foul quite yet. 8-point lead now for Philadelphia with the basketball. 9 minutes to play, third quarter. Greer being guarded tightly by Archie Clark out top. Sends it over to Carter. Carter crosses over on Chenier, drives to the basket. He's cut off by Unseld. Forces up a jump shot, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Cunningham. And there's a loose ball foul on the play. That will go on Stallworth. And it will be Fred Carter with one shot for Philadelphia. Only a 63% free throw shooter is Carter. And he missed that one badly. Off the front of the rim, rebound taken by Stallworth. Baltimore sets up the offense. Clark looks inside to Unseld. Unseld down low. Turns with the left hand, lays it up, no good. Tipped off his hands by Rule. Fred Carter with the rebound for Baltimore. Nice defense by Rule. Rule swings it over to Carter. Carter looks back down to Rule on the low block. Short shot over Unseld is no good. Nice defense by Wes. But he is fouled on the play by Stallworth. And once again, Gene Shue is questioning the heritage and the lineage and the ethics and the sobriety of the officials on that play. As Rule steps to the free throw line, knocks down the first. Second shot for Rule is good. And the lead is back up to 10. Marin wants the ball down low, showing visible signs of frustration on this night as he steps into the lane and misses again. Rebound pulled down by Greer, and Greer's going to pull it back. Philadelphia leading by 10. No need to push the tempo in this situation. They get it down to Cunningham, played by Stallworth. Nice bounce pass to Bridges. Bridges can't get the jump shot to go, and Unseld with another rebound for Baltimore. 14 boards tonight for the big man out of Louisville. Clark with it is going to pull the trigger from outside this time. He can't get a shot off. He sends it over to Marin instead. Marin misses again. Rule with another rebound. Numbers for Philadelphia in transition. Cunningham gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Cunningham from Bridges.
Cunningham off the glass that time. He has been effective on the low post and has been effective on the fast break. He has got 28 points, a sensational night for Billy Cunningham, the veteran out of the University of North Carolina, who would come back and coach the Philadelphia 76ers later in life. Dave Stallworth now has the ball on the outside, working against Cunningham. Whistle on the play and an illegal defense warning. Was that even a thing in 71-72? I guess so, because it seems to be a thing now. And with 7.5 minutes to play, action will continue for Baltimore. They now trail by 12. Biggest deficit of the game. As they look again to work it to Unseld on the inside. And now they call Unseld for the offensive foul, and Gene Shue is beside himself. That is 3 fouls on Unseld. And the 76ers, according to Gene Shue, are just flopping all over the place, and the refs are falling for it. And now it is Cunningham inside, calling for the ball in the low post. Posting up against Stallworth. His jump shot from 8 feet is good, and that is 30 for Cunningham.
From Carter.
And the lead is now 14. Coming back is Baltimore. They look inside to Stallworth. Working down low against Cunningham. Turns his short jump shot. He gets that one to go.
Dave Stallworth from Clark.
Maybe they can get something out of Stallworth to get this game back within reach. But what they really need is to get something done on the defensive end, as Philadelphia has just been doing everything they want here since about midway through the second quarter. Bridges gets the ball on the pick and roll. Oh, and it's stolen away by Marin. Just as I called for the defense to do something, the defense does something. Under 7 minutes to play. Marin wants it on the baseline. He nails that
Jack
one.
Marin.
Marin is fired up now, shouting at his teammates. The lead is back down to 10. Marin's being posted up down low by Bridges, trying to bully his way inside. His shot from point-blank range is good, and he's fouled by Marin.
From Greer.
Oh, and Marin is furious. That is his 4th. And he is going to have to go back to the bench. Just when he was starting to heat things up offensively, he picks up his 4th foul. And that is bad news for fans of the Baltimore Bullets. As we go to the bench, and it will be Gus Johnson returning to the ball game. We're also going to come back with John Trezvant for the Bullets. He gave them a nice spark in the first half, and we'll go ahead and bring Mike Reardon into the game at the point guard, at the shooting guard position. So substitutions for Baltimore as they're looking for a spark to get things going. Bridges steps to the free throw line, attempting to complete the three-point play. It's good. And Philadelphia is up now by 13, 78-65 as we hit the midway point of the third period. Baltimore is going to look inside to Gus Johnson just into the game. Defended by Bridges. Not a good defender in the paint. And Gus Johnson makes him pay with the jump shot. Philadelphia wants Bob Rule down low. Works against Unseld. Lays it up and good.
Rule from Carter.
Philadelphia back out on top by 13. Archie Clark with it out on top. Pick and roll with Johnson. Clark gets into the lane. He got free and laid it up and good.
Archie Clark.
Nice screen by Gus Johnson to free up Archie Clark for that nice little layup. Philadelphia is going to work it back into Bridges. Posting up against Johnson. Running left-hander is no good. Rebounded by Johnson. And Baltimore now has numbers 4 on 3. Archie Clark is going to push the tempo. He gets into the lane, drops it off to Trezvant, and Trezvant lays it up and good.
From Unseld. 13
for Trezvant. The lead is down to 9. Baltimore starting to pick up some momentum. Hal Greer sets up the offense for Philadelphia. Cunningham is forced out onto the baseline. Doesn't have a good shot. He's going to look to distribute. Tries to get it out to Greer. It's out of bounds. Ball will go over to Baltimore. Under 5 minutes to play now. Baltimore back within 9. Archie Clark out on top against Hal Greer. Swings it over to Johnson on the perimeter. Johnson hands it to Reardon. Back outside to Clark. Clark at the top of the key. Steps to the elbow. Jump shot no good. Johnson with the offensive rebound. Johnson's going to look to get it back out on top. They get it to Archie Clark. Clark on the perimeter. Pulls the trigger from 15. That won't go down. Nice defense by Greer. Rebound taken by Fred Carter. Greer is open on top. He wants to call his own number. Gets the pass from Carter. Swings it over to Bridges. Back to Greer. Greer from the wing is trying to get to the hole, but Reardon reached in. And that will be a foul. And that will put Philadelphia into the bonus. Goodness gracious, 28-10 is the foul differential. As Philadelphia is in the bonus now once again. Greer stepping to the line. Shot is up and good. Philadelphia back out on top by 10. Stan Love checks in for the Bullets. Don't take out Hal Greer. Don't take out Hal Greer. Don't take out Hal Greer. Greer shooting the free throws. Greer will stay in the game. And Dave Wohl will come in at the shooting guard. Foster. Lucius Jackson. Dennis Autry into the game for Philadelphia. Greer will stay in the game to shoot the free throw. It's good. And the lead is back up to 11. Archie Clark is the most aggressive guy on the floor for Baltimore. He's trying to find help from a teammate. Gets it to Tresvant on the baseline. He was effective out there in the first half, and he drops another one home.
John Tresvant.
15 off the bench for John Tresvant. The lead is back to 9. Philadelphia now with the second unit in there. Let's see if Baltimore can come back the way they did in the first half. Hal Greer is still running the point for Philadelphia. He tries to get into the lane. And his shot is blocked away. Blocked away by Love. Wohl with the offensive board. Greer ran over Archie Clark on his way to the hole. And once again, Gene Shute is furious as he didn't get the call. Greer has it. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Swings it over to Foster. Foster's going to have to pull the trigger. He gets into the paint. His shot is off the rim, no good. And the rebound is taken by Tresvant. Yeah, Kent, that's exactly what I've been saying. The free throw attempts 41-13 in favor of the visitors. That's kind of the thing you usually see with home cooking, like if you were in North Carolina, and North Carolina was playing Maryland or somebody. Baltimore with the basketball, trailing by 9. They've got Stan Love open down low on the post. Oh, and the give and go to Archie Clark. Archie Clark on the backdoor cut.
From Tresvant.
Gets the pass from Tresvant, lays it up and good. The lead's down to 7. 3.5 to play, third quarter. Who wants it? Lucius Jackson wants it with Reardon on his hip. I sound like Lefty with that comment. And here's Autry from the baseline. He gets that to go. Lead is back up to 9. The open man for Baltimore is Gus Johnson. Johnson working inside. Unloads from point blank range. It pops in and pops out. Rebound is taken by Gus Johnson. Gets his own board. His putback attempt is up and it's a brick. But the offensive rebound is taken by Reardon, and he passes it back out to Archie Clark, and Baltimore will have a fresh 24. They look to the baseline to Tresvant. Has room to operate. Steps into the lane. Jump shot from 14 is no good, and the rebound is taken by Foster. Out to Hal Greer on the outlet. Greer steps around Reardon, gets into the
Greer
lane, lays it
from
up and
Foster.
good. And the lead is back up to double digits for Philadelphia. They're still going to work Tresvant on the baseline. He drives into the lane once again, dumps it off to Clark. Clark's perimeter jump shot spins out, but he is knocked down and fouled by Lucius Jackson. Clark goes to the charity stripe and lines up the first one and knocks it home. 18 points for Archie Clark to lead Baltimore. He was their leading scorer in 71-72, followed closely by Jack Marin, and we've seen what kind of a night Jack Marin is having. Philadelphia with the basketball. They look to Wohl on the perimeter. Wohl is knocked down and fouled by Reardon. And it's going to be more free throws for Philadelphia. Wohl shoots the free throw. It's good. Into the game now for Baltimore is Phil Chenier returning to the lineup. He'll play the shooting guard, and Reardon will run the point. Coming into the game for Philadelphia is Kevin Lockery, replacing Hal Greer. And Wohl lines up the second free throw. It's good. Lead back up to 11 for the 76ers. And this time around, the 76er bench is doing a much better job than they did in the first half when they gave away the lead and let Baltimore back into the game. Phil Chenier wants the ball on the perimeter, facing off against Wohl. Chenier takes it. Gets it on the perimeter, drives to the hole. He's cut off by Lucius Jackson. And, his short jump shot is blocked away by Autry. Rebounded inside by Stan Love. 11 on the shot clock. Love is away from the basket, and he's going to try and get it back out to Reardon out on top. Reardon with 9 on the shot clock is going to take it into the paint, driving on Kevin Lockery. He's stopped by Autry, forces a jump shot up, no good. Lucius Jackson with the rebound for Philadelphia. Philadelphia looking good on the defensive end that time. Foster with it on the outside for the 76ers. Going to try and get it back out to Lockery on top. Lockery steps around his man, gets into the paint, lays it up and good. Actually rolled off and Autry tipped it in for the basket for Philadelphia, and they are back up on top by 13. 90-77, under 2 minutes to go now in the third. The frustration continues for Baltimore as they try to set the offense up. And now they're called for another offensive foul. This time they whistled it on Reardon. And once again, Gene Shue is about to have a stroke on the Baltimore bench. And I can't say that I blame him. Philadelphia with the basketball now, under a minute and a half to play in the third. Wohl has it on the outside, working against Phil Chenier, 13 on the shot clock. Wohl looks to distribute. He gets it out top to Lockery. Lockery on the wing, attacks the rim, lays it up and good.
Lowry.
5 points for Lowry. 92-77, 15 points, biggest lead of the game for Philadelphia. I always thought that was pronounced Lockery, but the Lowry is the pronunciation that the computers use. And maybe Kent, you can give me some guidance on that. Reardon gets it to Tresvant on the baseline. He shoots from the outside. He's open from the baseline, but that jump shot is way short. It's rebounded by Lucius Jackson. Here come the 76ers in transition behind Wohl. Wohl dumps it to Autry, and Autry slams it home.
Autry from Foster.
Even the big slow guys like Dennis Autry are beating Baltimore back on defense, and it is now a 17-point game, and this is on the verge of becoming a blowout. Baltimore looks inside to Stan Love. working in the low post, lays it up and good.
Stan Love, from Rye Arden.
Bringing it back into a 15-point game. 94-79, final minute, third quarter. Lockery sets the offense. Lockery has it away from the basket. Tries to get it back out on top to Lockery. Lockery with possession on the wing. Drives to the basket. Cut off by Tresvant. Oh, and his shot is up and blocked. Tresvant got a finger on it. Yeah, I thought he coached, and I thought he was Kevin Lockery. So thank you for the update on that. 30 seconds to play now. They've got Love open on the post. Does Baltimore. He gets the pass from Reardon. Fakes left, turns and faces up. No, it's stolen away by Fred Foster. And it is going to be Philadelphia now holding for the final shot of the third period. Foster on the perimeter, takes it to the rim, gets inside, lays it up and good.
Foster.
And it is a 17-point lead now with 6 seconds to play. As Baltimore might be able to get a final shot off, they're going to look to Tresvant on the baseline. Jumps and releases at the buzzer. It's good.
John Tresvant, from Rye Arden.
Tresvant cuts the lead back to 15 as we head
Philadelphia
into the
96.
end of the
Baltimore
third quarter.
81.
Hello, Bears Den 007. Thanks for coming out. It is the end of the third quarter here in the Baltimore Civic Center in a interesting and somewhat controversial contest between the Philadelphia 76ers and the hometown Baltimore Bullets. The controversy has to do with the officiating, as the Bullets have been whistled for 30 personal fouls to only 11 for Philadelphia. And the free throw differential 32-13 in favor of Philadelphia. That's a 19-point difference at the free throw line and a 15-point lead for the 76ers. And it's been all about the free throws. As we take a look at the box score. Philadelphia shooting an even 50% from the field. Those 32 free throws. Billy Cunningham, still your star of the game with 30 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 for 13 from the free throw line. 18 points for Bridges to go with 4 rebounds. 10 and 5 for Bob Rule. For the Bullets, they're shooting 45%, not quite as good as they were in the first half. Tresvant off the bench with 17. Archie Clark with 19 to lead the Bullets. And, of course, Unseld has just been cleaning the glass, 14 rebounds, but only 4 points for the big man out of Louisville. And, of course, the real tragedy for Baltimore has been the play of Jack Marin, their second leading scorer. Has been held to just 8 points on 3 of 14 shooting, and he has missed a significant amount of time with foul trouble, and he is not at all happy with the men in stripes here tonight at the Baltimore Civic Center. And before we get back to play, I will finish my tales of the Play Not Con this weekend. Action on Sunday will get started with second season football, with the college game on tap, and these are just individual bowl games. There will not be a football tournament this weekend, but I will be coaching the Ohio State Buckeyes from the 2002 championship season, with Craig Krenzel at the quarterback, Maurice Claret at the running back. Will Smith was the anchor of that defensive line, the late Will Smith, who had a good pro career with the New Orleans Saints, and that was the team that defeated the Miami Hurricanes in that controversial Fiesta Bowl. Controversial only because the Miami Hurricanes are living in denial that was a pass interference call. It was an obvious pass interference call in the overtime that extended the drive for Ohio State in one of the finest refereeing decisions in college football history. But that was an exciting night for myself and all the other fans of Buckeye Nation. And they will be taking on the Michigan Wolverines, being coached by a guy I just met on Discord the other night and got to know. And we're looking forward to that game. He's actually a Michigan State guy, but is going to coach Michigan because they were available. And that's the Michigan team that was quarterbacked by Brian Griese, because the Michigan Wolverines were too dumb to start the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady, who is backing up Brian Griese in that season. So it will be Brian Griese and the Wolverines against Craig Krenzel and the Ohio State Buckeyes on Sunday. Followed on Sunday afternoon by a new release from Play.com called Fury Hardball, which is a combination of baseball and cricket and wiffle ball, and just a fun little game that you can knock out in 10 or 15 minutes. And there will be a Fury Hardball tournament on Sunday afternoon. So Play.com will be a really good time. Most of the games will be played via Discord in chat sessions, and everybody seems ready to go. Good group of guys. You win, you lose, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be a good weekend of gaming here in the Dave Cave, and we are looking forward to that with great anticipation. All right, let's finish this game out. 96-81 in favor of Philadelphia as we head to quarter number 4. And it is going to be the second unit starting things off for both squads. As we go back to action, the tip is going to be controlled by Baltimore. They dump it down inside quickly to Stan Love down low. Love working inside against Autry, and it's slapped away and stolen by Fred Foster. And Stan Love wanted to call on that play, and he's not going to get it. Lockery has the numbers leading the fast break for Philadelphia. He dumps it to Foster. Foster lays it up and good.
From Wall.
And the fourth quarter starts off just the way the third one ended, with Philadelphia scoring and Baltimore complaining. They're going to go inside to Love once again. This time he's got the smaller Dave Wohl on his hip. Comes off the screen. Finger roll by Love is good. He's got double digits.
Stan Love from Tresvant.
And if you were not here at the beginning of the game, this is Stan Love, who was the father, still is the father, of Kevin Love. And this is his rookie season out of Oregon, where he was the, let's see, I've got this in my notes. Stan Love was the number 9 pick overall in the 1972 NBA draft, logging some quality time here with the Baltimore Bullets. Lockery has the ball on the point for Philadelphia, still leading by 15. In no hurry to rush into the offense. They work some clock. Lockery gets it back. He's going to step around Reardon and try and get into the lane. He gets into the lane. His layup is up and good.
Lowry.
On the finger roll. Reardon is knocked to the floor, and once again a bad no call, according to the play-by-play guy here in the Civic Center. Philadelphia back on top by 17. Baltimore struggling to get the offense going, struggling even worse to play any defense, but it's hard to defend against 43 free throws. Chenier has it on the wing, working against Dave Wohl. Chenier's going to try and get into the lane. He's cut off by Autry. And to give Philadelphia credit where credit's due, they have defended the paint very well, whereas on the other end, Philadelphia has been getting to the rim with regularity. Chenier misses this jump shot. Foster boxes out and takes the rebound. It's a 3-on-2 break for Philadelphia. Lowry dumps it off to Wohl. Wohl lays it up and good.
Wall.
The lead is now 19, biggest lead of the game for Philadelphia. Baltimore is going to come back with their first unit sooner rather than later. One would have to believe, if they're going to take one last run at this lead. They dump it in down in low, inside to Stan Love. Touch pass, short jump shot from the baseline is good.
Stan Love from
And
Chenier.
Love is giving the Bullets a little spark. Philadelphia runs some offense. Slowly rotating the ball around the perimeter. Pass to Lockery on the post is knocked away and out of bounds. Philadelphia basketball. And Baltimore is going to they're going to come back with Marin in spite of the 4 fouls. They're going to come back with Stallworth and Unseld and try and make one last run at this lead. Archie Clark back into the game. And Baltimore is going to try for one last run here, while Philadelphia continues to rest their starters for the stretch. Philadelphia with the basketball, 12 seconds to shoot. They look inside to Autry in the middle. He's got Marin on his hip on the mismatch.
Autry from Lowry.
Lays that one up and good. As Marin just steps out of the way, he's not going to risk his 5th foul guarding the post against the opposing center. 104-85. Marin wants the ball on the perimeter. Gets it on the left wing. Unleashes a jump shot, and it's good.
Jack Marin.
Marin trying to get his teammates fired up. He has had a challenging night, but he has now managed to get into double figures. Lockery with the ball up on top. Facing Chenier on the switch, comes off the screen, gets an opening into lane, and Archie Clark picked his pocket. How about that? A little defensive wizardry by Archie Clark, and Baltimore regains possession. Clark looks to set the offense. Calls a play, swings it to Chenier on the wing. Chenier penetrates. Steps around Wool. This time he gets into the lane and gets it up and good.
Phil Chenier scores.
And he is fouled on the play by Lucius Jackson. Jackson was late getting over on the help that time. And Phil Chenier has an opportunity at a 3-point play. 74% free throw shooter is Chenier, right about the league average. And he misses the free throw. And Jackson takes the rebound for Philadelphia. Under 10 minutes to play, Philadelphia continues to enjoy that 15-point lead. They are in no hurry to rush off a shot, as Lockery calls the number from out on top. He's got Archie Clark right up on him, and he's going to try and get past Clark into the lane. Gets a pick from Jackson. Stops short as Unseld got over. Missed the free throw, and Marin takes the rebound. Missed the short jump shot. Rebound is taken by Unseld. And on the fast break going the other way, Foster with another steal. That is the 3rd steal of the night for Fred Foster, the backup small forward out of Miami of Ohio. Right down the road from Dayton, where I spent most of my adult life. Foster now calls for the ball on the baseline, but Marin denies him. And it will be Lockery back out on top. Lockery's going to call his own number from the top of the key. And it's stolen away again by Archie Clark. 4 steals now for Archie Clark. Baltimore still trying to cut into that lead as we're now under 9 minutes to play in the game. Confusion on offense. Clark has to pull the trigger. That shot's no good, off balance. Well defended by Lockery. Rebounded by Lucius Jackson. Back come the 76ers as Lockery walks it up. Swings it over to Wool on the perimeter. Wool's going to have to pull the trigger with 4 on the shot clock. And his jumper is off iron, no good. And Stallworth tracks it down for Baltimore. So Philadelphia didn't get any points on that possession, but they ran some time. And they're happy to keep running time while they nurse this 15-point lead. Just waiting for the clock to run down. Baltimore swings it over to Marin on the wing. Loose ball as Wool reached in, and it will be a jump ball as Marin and Wool will will square off. And it's Wohl who gathers the jump ball for Philadelphia. He was the smaller guy, but quicker to get up on the elevation and steal the tip from Marin to give Philadelphia another possession. More time runs off the clock, under 8 minutes. Foster with it on the wing, guarded by Marin. 13 on the shot clock. By 15 now, 7:45 to play. Marin wants it on the wing again. Had it knocked away the last time. Clark can't find him. Clark drives into the lane, shoots the short jump shot over Autry. It's no good. Once again, Gene Shue wants a call, isn't going to get one, and Lockery takes the rebound for Philadelphia. And Gene Shue is about giving up on these officials. He is just done. With 7 minutes to play and change, Philadelphia still on top by 15. They've got Wohl on the up top against Dave Stallworth. Steps around Stallworth on the switch.
Wow.
Wohl lays it up and good. Lead back up to 17 for Philadelphia. Under 7 to play. They dump it down inside to Dave Stallworth. Short jump shot from Stallworth is no good. Ball's batted around and taken by Wohl. Philadelphia walks the ball up slowly. And with 7 minutes to play, we've got some tired 76ers on the court. And Philadelphia is going to take a timeout and get some fresh legs into the ball game. They're going to come back with Greer and Carter in the backcourt, Bridges and Cunningham across the front line, and Bob Rule down low. They're starting 5 back into the ball game for the final 7 minutes, and Philadelphia looking to hopefully coast to victory here over Baltimore in tonight's feature matchup. The open man on the post is Bridges. He lays it up and good, and that's 20 for Bridges. And the lead is back up to 19. Baltimore looks to Stallworth on the wing. They've got to work quickly.
Archie Clark
Gets
Marin.
it back from Stallworth and nails the jump shot. Back to 17. They look to Rule inside. Does Philadelphia. Tipped away and stolen by Unseld. Unseld with it, gives it to Clark. Clark brings it up and quickly over to Chenier on the outside. They look inside to Unseld. Goes with the hook shot. From in the lane, missed no good. Rebounded by Marin. Marin with the putback attempt. Lays it up. It's tipped away by Rule, but it rolls around and good.
Jack Marin.
They call basket interference on that one, and that's 12 points for Jack Marin. Lead is 15, under 6 to play. Your stream on my end has become out of focus, still coming through, but not crisp. Okay, now my studio is telling me I've got an excellent connection. I'll keep an eye on that. Thanks for the heads up there, Kent. I've got OBS running on my second monitor, and the studio claims that I have a good connection, and I'm getting the green light from OBS. So thanks for the heads up. 15-point lead for Philadelphia with the basketball. Under 6 to play in the fourth quarter. Open man for the 76ers is Bridges. Working in the low post against Marin. Drop step by Bridges. His shot is no good, and Marin grabs the rebound. Back come the Bullets. Archie Clark bringing it up against Greer. Gets it to Marin in the low post. Marin converts.
Jack Marin.
14 for Marin. The lead's down to 13. Baltimore starting to make a mini spurt here as the fans get into some excitement. Maybe it's his 54-year-old eyes. That could be. My eyes are 56, and so we're right about at the same stage of life here. Philadelphia and Baltimore. Philadelphia up 13 with the basketball. They're going to look to Cunningham. He's been pretty quiet here in the fourth quarter. They can't get it to Cunningham. They swing it around to Rule instead. Elbows flying as the shot is blocked away. Archie Clark comes out with it for Baltimore. Elbows flying, says the announcer. And Philadelphia can swing their elbows all they want because the refs just aren't going to call any fouls on the 76ers here tonight. As Gene Shue has pointed out on numerous occasions to no avail. Marin wants it on the perimeter. We've got a whistle and a stoppage of play as Dave Stallworth is shaken up. He might have caught a stray elbow in that last scrum, but he is going to remain in the game. And Stallworth now is going to get the pass on the baseline. Take the shot from the baseline. The fall away is no good. Around the cylinder and out. Rebound taken by Bridges. Empty for possession for Baltimore. They need every possession to count if they're going to get back into this ball game with 5 minutes, 14 seconds to play. Greer dribbles into the front court, taking his time. 15 on the shot clock as he works it over to Carter on the perimeter. Carter with 5 on the shot clock, takes it into the lane. Couldn't beat the shot clock, and that's a turnover. Under 5 minutes to play, Baltimore desperately trying to claw away at this deficit. They dump it inside to Unseld. Unseld posts up against Rule. Turnaround jump shot off the rim, no good. Rebound is taken by Rule, and that was a costly miss by Wes Unseld. Philadelphia might have had a transition opportunity there, but they're going to pull it out and run some more clock. And Greer will just walk the ball up slowly. Greer has it out top against Archie Clark, playing him tightly, 13 on the shot clock. They dump it down low to Cunningham. Cunningham from the inside takes the short jump shot, off iron, no good. Unseld with the rebound, and the Bullets will run. Archie Clark steps around Bridges, gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Archie Clark.
And just like
from
that,
Stallworth.
The lead is down to 11. 23 points for Archie Clark. Wes Unseld was one of the great outlet passers in NBA history. He knew how to throw those outlets. And another great outlet passer is Kevin Love, the son of Stan Love, who's a teammate of Unseld. I don't know if there was any, if that has anything to do with anything, but Wes Unseld was widely known as not only a great rebounder, but a great trigger man for the fast break. And now with just over 4 minutes remaining, the lead's down to 11. Philadelphia needs to make something happen. They're going to look down low to Bob Rule. Rule, turnaround jump shot from the elbow is off the glass and good. Actually, it falls off the rim. It's tipped up and good by Bridges, and the lead is back to 13. The open man for Baltimore is Stallworth. On the post, takes it into the lane. Scoop shot is
Dave
up and
Stallworth
good.
from Clark.
Lead back to 11. Baltimore trying to get the defensive intensity going. Philadelphia content to run clock. 13 on the shot clock as Carter has it on the wing. Takes it down low against Chenier. Oh, and he turns and gets
Carter
that one to go.
From Greer.
From the block off the glass. Chenier wasn't expecting that, as Carter is not typically a post-up player. But he made that one count, and the lead is back to 13 as time ticks away from the Bullets in their attempts to close this gap in the final minutes of the fourth quarter. Clark wants to call his own number. He gets into the paint, dishes it out to Marin from the perimeter. No good, rebound Bridges. And Baltimore will again come up empty. Greer takes it into the front court now, under 3 minutes to play. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Carter has it on the outside. He is forced to take a tough. He cannot get the shot off. He gets it into Cunningham. Cunningham takes an awkward shot. It's no good, but it's a whistle and a foul, and that's going to go on Stallworth. And Cunningham is going to the line, and Gene Shue is not even bothering to complain anymore. He has given up on the coaching sessions that he has tried to provide these referees. They've got 56-year-old and 54-year-old eyes trying to officiate a young man's game. As Cunningham converts 2 free throws, that's 32 points on the night for Billy Cunningham. We're under 3 minutes to play, and the lead is 15. And Baltimore's just going to play chuck and duck now. They swing it out to Stallworth on the wing, working against Cunningham. He gets the baseline jump shot to
The
go,
rave.
but this is too little and too late. 15 for Stallworth. It's just stat padding time now for both teams. 14 on the shot clock. They get it into Cunningham, actually down on the baseline. Cunningham looking for a teammate. Feeds it to Carter. Not a good pass. Dropped out of bounds. Baltimore basketball. Substitution for Baltimore. Phil Chenier is tired. They're going to bring Reardon back into the game in his spot. And they're going to bring Tresvant back into the game for the final push here for Baltimore, as he has actually done some good work on offense with 17 points off the bench. Clark now working against Bridges, out on top. Top of the key. Jump shot by Clark is around and out. And on the rebound, we've got a loose ball foul, and that's going to go, surprisingly enough, against Baltimore. One shot for Bill Bridges. The free throw for Bridges is no good. And Reardon comes out with the rebound for Baltimore. 2 minutes to play now. Bullets trail by 13. Clark brings the ball up quickly. Swings it to Marin on the wing. Marin drives in. Reverse layup is good.
Jack Marin.
16 for Marin, but once again, too little and too late, as we were under 2 minutes to play and still a double-digit lead for Philadelphia. Sixers in no rush. Rule is available on the post, but they're not even looking down there with 18 on the shot clock. Now with 8 on the shot clock, they get it down low on the post to Bridges. Working against the smaller Marin, his shot is up and good.
Bridges.
24 for Bridges. Minute and a half to play. Lead is 13. Archie Clark runs the ball up the court. Looks for Tresvant on the baseline. Can't get him. Reardon shoots from 15. That's no good. Ball out of bounds to Philadelphia. And now they're just going to bring in some fresh guys off the bench. Gus Johnson is in for Marin, and Marin just throws his towel to the floor in frustration. Stan Love back into the game for Baltimore, and Philadelphia will bring Lockery back in, Fred Foster back into the game. Barry Yates and Al Henry will get some run for the last minute and a half. And Dave Wohl, as it is officially garbage time. Philadelphia works the offense down to 11 on the shot clock. Foster has it on the baseline against Gus Johnson. Foster's going to pull the trigger as the shot clock runs down. Gets a tough shot from the wing. It's no good. And the rebound is taken by Tresvant. Final minute of play. Philadelphia leading by 13. And they are going to look to Gus Johnson inside, working against the smaller Fred Foster. Johnson in the low post, goes to the left hand. It's up and it's good off
Gus
the glass.
Johnson from Rye Arden.
8 points for Gus Johnson. The lead's 11, and Philadelphia's in no hurry. They look inside to Barry Yates just into the game. His one-handed runner is good, and Barry Yates gets into the scorebook. 41 seconds to play. Philadelphia back on defense. Baltimore runs it up the court. As STG Replays is convinced that this one is going to finish out without any further suspense. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you for the checking us out here tonight. And enjoy your night and enjoy your weekend. Let's see, what are we going to do here? We're going to look to pass the ball around the perimeter. They've got Gus Johnson free inside. His short jump shot is no good this time. Johnson wants a foul called. That ain't going to happen. Rebounded by Lockery. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Now 22 on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. Wohl dribbles into the front court. They'd like to get it into Al Henry and see if they can get something for Henry. He's not gotten any touches tonight. Lockery tries to get it down into him. It's a bad pass, and it's taken away by Stan Love with 18 seconds left to go in the game. Baltimore is going to run it up the court. Clark dribbles into the front court. Looks inside to Stan Love. Love in the middle, defended by Henry. His short jump shot is no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's going to try the putback. It's deflected and stolen by Foster. And now the 76ers are just going to dribble out the clock with Lockery. Up by 13,
Final
and
score,
that is going
Philadelphia
to be
118, Baltimore 105.
your final score tonight. Philadelphia 118, Baltimore 105. And as I mentioned throughout the game, this one was decided at the free throw line, as Philadelphia held a 34-13 advantage. That's a 21-point advantage at the free throw line and a 13-point final score. And Gene Shue is giving the refs his final thoughts as the referees try to head out of here. Star of the game tonight was obviously Billy Cunningham. 32 points to go with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Bill Bridges with 24. 10 for Bob Rule and 10 off the bench for Dennis Autry. For the losing Baltimore Bullets, Archie Clark led the Bullets with 23. 5 assists, 5 steals, but 9 turnovers for Archie Clark, as he got a little excited on the fast break a couple of times, trying to force the action to get Baltimore back into the game. 16 for Marin, but 7 of 19 shooting. And foul trouble for much of the first quarter and the third quarter. 17 off the bench for Tresvant in a very nice performance. 15 for Stallworth, 12 for Love. Only 4 points for Wes Unseld, but 15 rebounds in a good night for the big man out of Louisville. All right, fans, that is all for tonight's ball game. Thanks for everybody who came into the chat room. SGG Replays, Bears Den 007, Tribe Fan 879. Nice chatting with you here tonight. Dave Gardner, Baseball Demos. Beatles Eternally. Good night here in the Dave Cave as we enjoyed the evening worth of action. We'll be back on the channel next Friday night with another televised game. It will be the New York Knicks with Earl the Pearl Monroe taking on the Chicago Bulls in a Gold Division matchup. And thank you to everybody for checking us out here tonight. On behalf of the Dave Cave,